Good afternoon, viewers. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at the BCA Kalahari Women's 20 International Tournament, the inaugural one in Botswana. It is the final match number 14. We've had 13 games already over the span of 4 days. Botswana is taking on Rwanda. Rwanda winning the toss and choosing to bowl. They bowled first and chased in every single game of theirs this tournament. Umpires in the middle with Reginald Nahonde alongside Justin Mzungu. Local umpires, both originating from Zimbabwe, but they are based here. They are local umpires from Botswana. My name is John Mugogwe. I'm in commentary today with Wayne Moyo from South Africa, part of our pitch vision team. Good afternoon, Wayne.
Good afternoon, Chano. Happy to finally be behind the comms. Late edition, but I'll take it.
Yeah, it's great to have you. It's been a long week, but we definitely appreciated all your efforts. Very here early in the morning, set up production for us.
Yeah, it's been a graft, the entire tournament. Obviously weirdly scheduled, Monday to Friday. But it's beautiful that on a Friday afternoon like this, people can come through, enjoy a cold beverage, and watch Botswana try and lift some silverware.
100% nothing like a cricket on Friday. Best time, good afternoon, very good weather, not too hot at all. A little bit of overcast conditions. Breeze has settled down a bit. There was a very strong breeze for this morning's game. Mozambique taking on Lesotho in the third place for playoff rather. Mozambique victorious on that occasion.
Yeah, it's good to see from Lesotho as well, improving game by game in this competition. The margin of defeat has become smaller and smaller, and from a Botswana standpoint, that's what they'd be hoping after copping 2 defeats from Rwanda already in this competition.
Yeah, definitely a lot to play for. The first tournament of this edition. Botswana will want to lift the trophy. You don't want someone else coming into your home and taking your silverware. Opening the bowling for Rwanda is the captain, Rosine Herrera. She's been phenomenal. Gives it a rip. She'll be bowling to Tuelo Shadrack. No ball first up. Potentially overstepping a little bit. Can Tuelo pin the ears back here and send one out?
Coming around, huh? All the way, mate. That's over. Shaki Jerayo. Diane ni hano. Tujere. Ah, rayongere sana na. Empire Map Center. Aruka. Can I blake? Can I blake? What do you? Diane. Dia turi kumwe hano. Satian. Roze turashyuha sibyo urashyuha Roze urashyuha. Ya urahaza uramuzi uringaniye nawe Sophie. Tambika amaguru. Urashyuhamo. Twinjirane sibyo? Twinjirane. Yes! Pakira! Sashaki dusubire vuba. Ugashyize hirya cyane bya. Ukomeze ukazane utagiye kure cyane. Butatu utajya. Ajyana. Ego. Ajere Can I have Milo?
Taş tuvazi. Ja, dat is meer of dan.
Yeah, that's all the stuff. It's coming around, eh?
One more, not that tough. One more. Got that. Araba wana Sofia. Kati namwe. Taraje. Itegu. Yego.
Under 19 star being Henriette Ishimwe.
Bowler number 50, 5-0.
One of the powerhouses of this team. Both with the ball and bat, even on the field, all-around cricketer for sure.
Yeah, all-round cricketer. You can see somebody who does take pride in her craft. Good to see some intent there from Paco, but that one was well wide. We're just happy to take that through.
I must say she bags loads of wicket, but something that really impresses me about her is her batting. Highly aggressive, very good on the on the cover drive. Loves to come down the wicket to the seamers and the spinners alike. Great dive, opening the face nicely. Ooh, great call from Laura. Paco turning blind on that occasion, sent back by a skipper.
Yeah, lovely work in the field there. She attacked that ball with intent. 9 times out of 10, there's 2 runs there on offer, but she got there, quick pick up and throw, just a single. Just more praise for the Rwandan team, really.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, Paco also not the quickest between the wickets. And under 19 star for Botswana. She really did blow the door open into the senior national team. She's there on merit for sure. She's earned her place. An aggressive style of cricket that much needed for the national team. Particularly in the absence of other players like Shamila. That's someone that they do rely on to give them those quick starts, those positive starts. Tends to play a natural game, but in her absence, it's nice to see a similar player in Bakwa at the top of the order. Both Tuelo and Oratile, the previous openers, they were more accumulators of the ball, not boundary hitters. So I find like even in this partnership, which is quite crucial for Botswana, Laura does also like to rotate, but someone who will pounce on any opportunity to score a boundary as well.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it's probably about time now for them to just take a little bit more risk. See that one outside the off, I'm just trying to feel for that ball. And there is a bit of a gap between the keeper and point in that third man region. She gets that fine enough that is a boundary. So just trying to feel for the ball and not really playing it.
Yeah, not really using her feet, is it? Getting in line with the ball, but I think she also is just a little tense, hasn't scored much runs in the tournament by her standard. Did get a nice cameo in one of the games against Lesotho. Nice and positive shot, more positive in her foot movement on that occasion.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of pressure starting to show there. Just a little bit of aggressive intent from her, something that we just spoke about now. Probably Botswana do need 5 overs in, still batting at just over once. Projected score currently at 21. But wouldn't cut it against this Rwandan team.
Not at all, Wayne. So there's a lot of inexperience in that batting lineup, and we still see them being put under pressure by Mozambique, losing 3 wickets in that game. Even Botswana yesterday, so it'll be interesting when Botswana will decide to cut loose, and that's the end of the over from Henriette. Botswana 5 for 1.
A pretty fantastic power play from them so far from a running perspective. 1 extra, only 4 runs off the bat. It comes down to 27 dot balls, beg your pardon, in this power play so far. Absolutely insane.
Yes, as we see that catch again. Rosini Herrera, she took one hand blinder, exactly off the same bowler this time. She goes with 2 hands on this occasion. Oh, what a catch. Huge celebrations for the skipper. And now brings in the other spinner, Rosette Shimamwana, picking up 3 sticks. The day yesterday, what can she do today? She's always there and about, doesn't try too many things. We saw her get a wicket with an arm ball. That was the first bit of variation that we saw yesterday, but typically just tends to be line and length on the spot. Doesn't turn it as much as Rosine, but highly accurate as well.
Yeah, I mean, maybe with the match situation, a 5 for 1 after 5 overs might just bring the idea of trying a few more things. As I say that, she bowls an absolute beamer, and Bucko will feel that she's missed out there.
She has, and the problem was that she was looking to hit it leg side. I think there's quite a huge open spaces on the off side, nobody really sweeping out there. She should have rather maybe tried to cut the ball.
Yeah, 100%, but she's got a free hit now. Free opportunity just to free some arms and see if we can get runs on the board, which is what she tries to do, but still cramped. She's cramping herself for a little bit for space there, not rocking back onto that back foot, so essentially still on the front foot when she was pulling that one, and yeah, not enough power really.
That's interesting. No real cover for her. She's only got a deep mid wicket. You've got Katia Mwamworo guarding the deep mid wicket boundary. And a nice drive. We'll get through and it should just be 2 runs. We'll be cut off. Papa trying to cut loose against the spin of Rosette.
Yeah, great foreshadowing from you. Speaking of no protection really on the offside, and she just gets that one past the fielder on the covers, and that's an easy 2 really every single time.
Yeah, I mean, without any protection out on the super boundary, you're always looking to try to stay as leg side of the ball as possible, so you can free anything cut, anything slightly short you'll cut, and then the drive obviously is an option. And Rosette being smart, she knows the protection is on the leg side. She's bowling on the wicket as much as possible, middle and leg line rather.
Two fielders behind square on the leg side inside the 30-yard circle. Pretty interesting for a spinner, especially in T20 cricket.
Great keeping by the impressive Flora Irakoze. Standout keeper in the tournament for sure. Had a couple of stumpings and a run out in the first game for the Rwanda side here on the A field. See now, deep square leg does go back just for a little extra protection, which is the right thing. I think it's quite a dangerous field to ask her to bowl to.
I mean, there's no pressure, so probably not really for that idea. Very much against it. Would have been happy to keep fielder in on the 30-yard circle, as there isn't really much aggressive intent. So the ball most probably isn't going to go that direction.
That's very true. The opportunity late to go. Paco was worried about the LBW shout. Took a bit of time before she headed out. Was all that ends well. It was slightly leg side-ish, but I know leg stump is a wicket. Also a little bit of height was a concern for Reginald Nahonde on this occasion.
Yeah, we'll have a look at it again, but I thought that was a pretty good shout from Rosette. And yeah, maybe just going down leg side, back live. As she goes straight yet again, and this one is turning around the corner to mid-wicket to end the power play. Probably the best bowling power play we've seen in this competition so far. 6 overs is 10 for 1.
Thank you very much, Wayne Moyo. Great efforts from you, bud. Changing commentary, replacing Wayne Moyo, we've got Karabo Mutlanka. Good afternoon, Karabo, or KB as you're affectionately known by us.
Guys, that's the end of the power play. Thank you for having me, Jono. Great to be here at this BCA Kalahari T20 International Tournament. Exciting stuff we've seen over the last week, with this being the final fixture. As you have seen throughout the week, Rwanda right on top of things from the get-go. 10 runs for 1 wicket. Botswana have gotten the power play. Haven't let them breathe, have they?
Yeah, true. Reminds me of something that when we had the discussion even last night, and you do something you mentioned that was quite critical for me was even when you're trying to cut loose, sometimes you have to give credit to the opposition. They're doing the job well, and that's real huge credit to Rwanda. They're not giving away any freebies, no half volleys. One or 2 errors in terms of overpitching, overstepping, but apart from that, it's been pressure all the way.
Yes, indeed. And from Botswana point of view, I think if you're going to take this approach in the beginning of this, and maybe you've told yourself that we'll try and see off their main bowlers and then maybe capitalize with the change bowling, it is something that has to work. Because if you start like this, and then you say we'll capitalize later, things could go pear-shaped very quickly.
Yeah, true, and you know, like you're saying, you could lose 2-3 very quick time. And the concern with this approach is that before you know it, turnovers are gone and you've only got 15-20 runs on the board, maybe even less.
Turned the pants off that one, but I have a feeling she ran on the feeling that she got from her bat. Very fortunate there that Mary Diane didn't actually get the direct hit here at the bowler's end. Sometimes batters, we are guilty of timing the ball really well, and because of how we feel about it, we feel that it deserves a run, and we run anyway. Here we look at it.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of those batters. As you see, a slight fumble by Mary, and that's what cost her the run out. Quite often you feel like, no, I deserve some runs for that. Can't just be a dot ball.
That brilliant lies and lets you.
7 overs gone now, Botswana. Taking it nice and easy going. Now 11 for 1.
Yes, and I was just making the point, Johnny, that with Botswana taking this approach, they would have to make sure that they do capitalize. This is a well-drilled Rwanda unit, and they seem to be well on top of things at the moment. Might not mind not having taken too many wickets, because at some point Botswana will have to start taking some risks, and that's where the possibilities for wicket could come for Rwanda. Is that here to continue?
Agree with you, and the thing about it, you feel it's not really for a lack of trying. I think you're just finding that the bowling is so tight, you're not finding anything in your area. And this being their first tournament, they really haven't had the experience or confidence to just make something out of nothing. You know, either use your feet, get to the pitch. They're just sort of feeding off what they're given by the bowlers, and sometimes you have to make the bowler bowl in a different line and then.
Yes, indeed, which is a stark contrast to what we see from the Rwanda bowlers. If they see that the batter is settled, if they see that the ball is settled on a certain line and length, they do use their feet to try and unsettle those lines and lengths of the bowler. We have seen Rwanda's openers, in particular Mary Diane and Katia. Whenever they feel like the bowler maybe has gotten them under pressure a little bit, they are not shy of using the feet and trying to upset whatever the ball is doing, which is maybe the confidence that is lacking from this Botswana side at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. The more confident you are, the more cricket you have under your belt, then you are confident to use your feet a bit more.
Yes, but certainly deliveries like that that's just been given to Laura Mpakedi with a vacant sweeper boundary there. She would have hoped that she would have beat the fielder at least to get a few runs off that. Quick single attempted here. Sit back to the batting piece. It is a challenge of skill set sometimes. This is quality bowling here from Rwanda, but those sweep shots, those double steps down the wickets, those sort of things are what you use to try and settle bowlers.
You need to try something, because nothing's going to come for free for sure. You see her pace through the air is quite loopy, you know, just something that you can really use your feet and get to the pitch. As you see, the end of the 8th over, it's on a 13 for 1. Going at just over a run and over. These early exchanges. It's just that it gets more difficult as you see a bowling change. Josiane Nyirandira Kuneza coming into the attack. Potentially the quickest of the bowlers on show for Rwanda. Very deceptive pace. It comes onto you very, very quickly. Smooth run up. Very, very impressive. Somewhat unlucky in the wicket column. She's had a couple of catches dropped for her. Lesotho and Mozambique in support, full show, singing together. Very good camaraderie between these two teams. Lots of love. Big hugs after the game between the two sides. Bodes very well for this tournament.
Yes, Josiane here coming in to bowl her first over. She is a bowler who, if anything, bowls a slightly fuller length than her other compatriot. This could provide an opportunity here for Botswana to start to rack up some runs if they wish to get a competitive total on the board.
And definitely in terms of targeting a bowler, it's very hard to sort of elect one. I mean, like you're saying, you've seen now Henriette Shimo being replaced by another quality bowler, so it will take a lot of brave cricket from any of these young batters if they are going to take it on. Laura's experience is there. She's 4 of 17 rather. Bakos faced 27 balls for her, 6 runs. She's set now. Perhaps she could now start taking the odd risk
Yes, it is an unusual to take the odd risk. You do wonder with her batting with the captain what kind of instructions you have received from her. She recognizes that one as a full go at it as the width was provided on the offside. And once again with that sweeper not quite there on the offside boundary or all the winger fielders on the offside. She had an opportunity there if she could have pierced the gap to find a much needed boundary right now for Botswana.
The issue with that last shot is that she's still targeting the leg side, which is her strength, the big strength for her.
Chopped up in the air.
So whenever she looks to attack, she goes to the leg side or deep mid wicket, especially cow corner. That is really a strong area for her. You can even see from the shots she's practicing that. She loves that region. So Laura is the one who actually plays a bit more on both sides of the wicket.
Voices in the crowd here asking for Laura to fight, Laura to fight.
And that last delivery, that's the kind of balls that you want to see her maybe just punching through the line. He's no cover sweeper. Rather than defending, just try and get your foot out there and just drive those deliveries.
Yes, and as you had mentioned, if she was using her feet to maybe make that yard or two up, could have maybe make it into a half volley.
Rwanda really racking up the overs in quick time. 9 overs have gone. Botswana continue to go under 2 and over, 16 for 1. Rwanda very, very impressive in their bowling. It will be Rosette to continue from golf course end.
Paco there just having a bit of an equipment change. She probably feels like the bat she was using isn't quite serving her well. And in half an hour, the whole 9 overs here from Rwanda. Of course, it helps that 2 spinners are operating.
Oh, you've had a couple of seamers, 3 seamers as well have come into the attack. So yeah, it has, like you're saying, it just hardly feels like we've blinked and it's almost halfway through. At this rate, they could bowl their 20 within an hour.
Yeah.
Laura trying to cut loose.
As has been the trend in this tournament so far, with no pressure being applied by Botswana. Rwanda just keeping the 2 fielders outside the 30. Deep wicket square back, deep backward square leg back, and deep corner.
You'd like to think that there's some clear instructions from the coach. We can't just simply be choking at the moment. I think there is some clear instructions, perhaps survive 10 and then try to take the last 10 over, something along those lines, because the strike rates are not looking that impressive, and Botswana is going under 2 runs and over. And there we go, she's faced 21 deliveries and now she's gone for 5. Botswana lose their captain. They slumped to 16 for 2.
Yes, and this was the danger for Botswana, that without getting any runs on the board, at some stage this pressure will tell, and Rosette there, right on the mark, pegging back Captain Laura's off stump. Laura Mupakedi there, facing the off spinner from Rwanda, Rosette, and brilliantly bowled delivery, just cutting back. Laura looking for a double down to third man, but that one beating her inside edge and bowling her. Fantastic piece of bowling, Jono.
That was out of the world. It was just such world-class bowling, and that's been the case from these 2 spinners. Huge error in judgment from Laura. Just trying to angle one that was way too straight. Rosette, huge celebrations. That brings to the crease Hwabile Matome. That's the concern with the start that Botswana has had, is that I quite find that often there's a lot of pressure on Hwabile to make something out of nothing within this batting lineup when you get a start like this. She's a highly instinctive player, someone who she just sees ball, hits ball. does not like to stand there and block the ball too often.
Yes, indeed, and this was the danger that you mentioned for Botswana here, is that the scoreboard not moving. All of a sudden, at the moment they're 17 for 2, but another couple of wickets and 17 for 4, then things are looking very bleak from there.
Yeah, I mean, you've already lost two games to the same opposition, so you'd like to think there should be a freedom from a fear of failure, in the sense that just go out there, have fun, play a natural game and attack the opposition. You've got nothing to lose. You've already lost 2. If you lose a third, nobody's going to say anything. But something has to change. At the moment, they're following the same trend as the first 2 games, which is the concern. Changing batting lineup, but no change in tactics at all.
Yes, indeed, I believe there probably was a hope that pushing Pakoma Putsani out to order, maybe she would have opened up, but her herself seems to have gone into a shell, and only 7 from 29 deliveries. And a big shot here, and given by the umpire.
She actually walked. First time I see her bat a walk. 18 for 3 now, Botswana in all sorts of trouble. Replacing one hitter will be Amantle Mokhotle, someone who's been at the top of the order. Botswana trying to throw fire at the problem.
Yes, after digging themselves a bit of a hole here, Botswana, Hwabile Matume facing up to Rosette. That ball there, Rosette releasing that one. Beautiful loop in the air. Hwabile not getting into any position to sweep that delivery, and she knew as soon as she missed that she was a goner. Panic stations at the moment for Botswana, not quite knowing the method of how to deal with this consistent Rwanda pressure.
I think you hit the nail on the head about digging themselves a hole, and now they're inside and so difficult to come out.
And not only is it because the Rwanda spinners they've been very good, but they haven't been flawless. And when they have overpitched a little bit, and they have gotten the line wrong a little bit, Botswana have not managed to capitalize. And that is a big difference, especially in international cricket as you move up the ladder, is that those small moments, they will have to start counting.
That's a well said, Grabo. Like the mindset, even that was just slightly too full. We're not looking for singles. Safety first. 10 overs gone. Rwanda have been phenomenal. 18 Botswana for 3 wickets. Just another look at that Hwabile Matome dismissal. Going for the seep in a second delivery. She took the long walk. She knew she was in a lot of trouble. Immediately started heading for the change room.
Pakoma Putsani here having a quite long vigil here at the crease, and she will be facing Josiane. Josiane, who has started fairly well with her first over, just conceding the 3 runs. Indeed, this has been the problem for Botswana. They have played some very beautiful punching drives, but they keep finding the fielder. Tight Rwanda in a ring here hasn't up to now let anything pass. And the air towards mid-off just escapes Mary Diane as she sticks out the right hand, and that will be a welcome boundary here for Botswana. Pakoma Putsani getting some momentum going.
Lovely shot over the top, slightly overpitched by Josiane. Great shot over the top. Holding her shape, not trying to go towards mid-wicket this time. Tremendous cricket.
Yes, just looking at Maputsani there, I did say Josiane does tend to pitch the ball up quite a bit more than the others. Pakoma Putsani going right through the line, a brilliant shot there, just at the inside of the bit of field inside the circle. Tries to repeat the post, this time going wide of mid-on. A little bit of a roll being picked up here by Botswana as Pakoma Putsani comes back for another 2 runs. Maybe she has decided enough is enough now.
Yeah, I think we are in the 11th over, Karaba. I believe that was the first boundary of the game for Botswana.
Yes, Paco realizing here that Josiane, I believe, does tend to bowl a slightly fuller length than her compatriots, and this could be an opportunity for Botswana to make use of Rwanda's fielding positions. They have at the moment now pushed the deep mid-wicket back and the deep long on back, with only the fine leg being the other field, fine leg and third man being the fielders behind the wicket. Josie unexpectedly pulls back her length there, John.
Yeah, very smartly bowled. She realized that Pako does fancy anything outside that off stump, so what she did now, she bowled wicket to wicket right on middle stump, saying, Pako, if you're going to try to take a chance here and you miss, you better make sure you get contact. So well done by Josiane.
And a quick single being attempted here. Had Josiane had control of that delivery, Pako Mapusani might have found herself in a bit of strife, but luckily for her, it just escapes the grasp of Josiane and she manages to come through for a single.
Yeah, but I mean, it was Pako's call all along. She did say yes. Amantle caught ball watching a little bit. Yesterday, of course, in the same fixture, Pako ran out. I beg your pardon, Amantle ran out. Wabile rather. You know, certain players within a change room can get a reputation for running out their teammates.
Oh, certainly.
I won't mention any names. 11 overs gone, 25 for 3, Botswana.
You'll hear an boy. Yes, Josiane, after a slightly dodgy start to the over there, Pako Mapusani getting a few away, she did pull her length back and finish that over very well. 10 coming from her 2 overs.
I must say these two at the crease, as well as Wabile, some of my favorite to watch. I love the way they go about their business at the bat. Nice and positive all along, and of course Amantle as well, someone who doesn't get too excited, too flustered. Got a poker face throughout her game whenever she's got the ball. You never know whether things are going bad or good for her.
These are the issues for Botswana here. It's Pako Mapusani once again getting a full toss. Mid-off inside the railing. That either left or right of that mid-off fielder would have brought some goods for her. And an edge there, put down by the keeper. They do manage to scramble through for a single. Slight nick I think I heard on that one.
Just beat them for turn really. Great calling through for Amantle, by Amantle calling her partner through for 1.
No call from the keepers, from the umpire, so I think he did manage to get a little bit of a touch on that.
Unfortunate for Rosette, she's got wonderful figures of 2 for 8. Ball pushed down the ground. The Rwanda team, you can see they've done their homework. They know Amantle very well. They've got deep mid-wicket in place as well as a long on. Got Meridian as well behind a deep square leg. See, a full toss outside off stump, no cover at all on the offside. Unfortunately, she takes it down to long on, but had she just tried to just drive it through the sweep on the offside, might have got herself a nice free boundary.
Yes, but you had mentioned that is Pako's natural swing area, that she does like to go that wider long on mid-wicket region.
And that's what I found quite impressive about that last boundary that she hit. When she kept her shape going down the ground, she didn't try to go to that favourite mid-wicket. Oh my word, she did say yes.
Yeah, that's her call, but Amantle sends her back. Pako having to dive to make her ground. Amantle not interested at all in that.
Not at all. It was Pako's run, Pako's course. I believe there was one had they gone immediately. There was a lot of work for Ishime to do.
Amantle decides to go up in the air as Mid-off is up in the circle. Mid-off chasing back. Just managed to haul it in. Pako coming back for the second run. Labouring a little bit and managed to get there safely in the end.
"12 overs gone, Botswana now up to 30 runs on the board, 3 wickets gone there, over 2.5 now and over."
Just looking at that mix up there between Paco and Amantla. Amantla plays it on the leg side. Caught a little bit ball watching there. Paco was well on her way as soon as that ball trickled down there. And she would have been out had that been a direct hit.
Should have been out by a mile, KB. And that's the problem with Amantla. She's a huge, she's guilty of ball watching quite often, most of the time. She likes to know that she wants to see the gap first and then go, rather than just trusting her partners.
Yes, and as we say, I don't know how many times Paco and Mante would have shared a partnership together before this tournament. Those are the type of things that you do pick up with your teammates as you play more matches.
Rosine coming back, obviously try and break this partnership. She is the danger bowler within the side.
Yes.
Punch down the ground, should just be one.
Well picked up and thrown back there by Marie Josie Tumukunde.
Well weighted, it was much slower. Well bowlish.
A little bit of a cat and mouse happening here from Rosine. Trust that one up to Amantla. She's definitely asking her for very brave stuff.
I mean, the same bowlers now that they're taking on are the same bowlers that they were facing in the first 10 with the field up. So you wonder, could they potentially gone a bit earlier?
Yes, and a big appeal there from the keeper, but she was all on her own with that one.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun. Young Flora Irakoze. Great to watch. Loves her keeping.
Yes, funny that you mentioned that Paco's now very happy to go over the top, even though now the fielders are back. Hitting it a lot harder now that the field is open is something that we did discuss yesterday after the match, that you create gaps by hitting over the top of fielders, pushing fielders back.
Oh, there you go. Big one down the leg side. Fielders caught slightly inside. And that's the first 6 of the game. Paco goes bang over the top. One of the first times we do see Rosine with such a delivery. Very accurate bowler. Oh, she really did put a punch in this one. Recognize it very early. Gives a big smash onto it. I must say she's using a very good bat there. I believe it is a JG, one of these JG ones. Both batters out there with the same bat. Bat maker.
Just to follow up that, Rosine Herrera back right on the mark. Realizing her error from the ball before. Good comeback there from Rosine Herrera after that 6 from Paco Mapatsane. He had made good use of the full toss that she was given. This ends the 13th over at 38 for 3. Botswana now trying to build some momentum with 7 overs to go. How do you feel this might go for them?
Oh, it's hard to tell. They almost need to go with 10s and over to get anything respectable. Which is quite challenging, to be honest, on this wicket. It's not the kind of wicket you can just hit through the line. But they need to continue to be positive and play as brave cricket as possible and see where they can go. I'd say at least somewhere in the region of 100 will be very challenging. As I mentioned, this Rwanda lineup is quite experienced. They've been chasing very low totals right through. So I think anywhere in the area of 100 we should get an exciting game.
Yes, as we see the return of Mary Diane Bimenyimana on the generator end. Right on the mark. That shows this in a second spell of what we have seen of her from the tournament so far, is that she does like to hold a few cutters, especially in a second spell. This change brought by Rosine Herrera might be to just get a bit of a control on things, maybe make a couple of breakthroughs, which she has trusted Diane to do so many times in this tournament. Back the way to the leg side by Amante. Side Paco right. Tried to send her through, and Amante responding.
Yeah, both opening bowlers coming back now for Rwanda. Skipper bringing herself as well as Meridian back. I think it's in an effort to break this partnership. It is looking threatening from a Rwandan point of view. There is an opportunity for one, for sure. Just caught napping. I don't know. Perhaps maybe admiring a shot. It's definitely one on there. The fielders were out in the deep. It was hit in the long on direction.
Botswana, I'm sure, was right at the top of the charts in terms of runs scored. Botswana, I'm sure in the tournament she's somewhere up and around there. She has spent a lot of time in the middle, and Botswana will be putting a lot of hopes in her, try and get them to a respectable total that could give them a chance in this match.
She's just a natural talent, someone you love to go out and watch. You'd pay money to go and watch her bat. Quite a threatening partnership. Rwanda knows the danger. Both these batters quite adept at finding boundaries.
Swung away on the leg side there. Going to beat the mid-wicket fielder, and that will be another boundary for Paco. She's definitely taking the bull by the horns here and making it her responsibility to get Botswana to where they need to go. A rare loose delivery there from Mary Diane Biminyimana, but Paco making her pay.
Quite unlike Mary to bowl a full toss. Both opening bowlers bowling full tosses, and Paco capitalizing, punishing them both. As you see another full toss, she goes whack. No one out there in the deep mid-wicket. There was no chance at all. Went there like a tracer bullet.
Right inside it.
Better running from Amante, calling her through for one. 14 overs gone, Botswana 44 for 3. And with that, we will have a change in commentary.
Yes, changing commentary here, and I am joined by none other than the Caribbean funk, the ever entertaining, the evergreen Mr. James Moses.
Thanks once again, Karabo. It's been an interesting game so far. Rwanda seems to be heading the task. With 3 wickets down, Botswana is 44 for 3, up at 14. Maybe Karabo, you can update me on the Botswana plans as you see it from your perspective.
Botswana plans, as I see it right now, is Paco Maputsani. If she can keep going, if she can face the majority of these 6 overs, she could get Botswana somewhere. As you see Henry Atushima return to the attack. Rosini Rira here, going with the tried and trusted, trying to find a way of breaking this partnership. This partnership making Rwanda think a little bit. That ball bowled well full, and somehow Paco managing to get a bat down and squeezing that one down to third man.
Yes, Karabo, I'm just going to be very positive about this. There are 5.4 overs to go, and I actually think if Botswana actually put their foot down and be a little bit more aggressive, probably they can get to 18-90 here quite easily, and then they can take it from there. But 100 runs still is on the target.
This stage Botswana will be looking to just get a respectable total. Sometimes in T20, if you do get to say about the 90 mark, 90-95, as they will be hopeful of from this stage. A couple of quick wickets when they're bowling, 2-3 quick wickets could definitely get the feathers ruffled in Rwanda's dugout.
Yes, definitely. We haven't seen the full strength of Rwanda batting yet. Just the upper order, the top order so far has been the one that's been chasing all the scores. maybe Botswana happen to get into the middle order, maybe they do have a chance.
Touch up in the air towards mid-off and taken. Shakila there at mid-off. Settled well right behind that one as Amantle looked to maybe go over the top and get another boundary for Botswana. But Henriette Ishimwe here picking up her first wicket of the innings thus far. Another blow to Botswana's hopes. Amantle gone.
Yes, Rwanda is definitely on target as we watch the replay here.
Yes, we watch the replay there. Amante trying to go over the top of that one, not quite getting the timing that she had wished for, and a very good catch taken there at mid-off.
Well, that's not what the doctor ordered for Botswana. Another fall of wicket there as we have a look at the replay. I think their attempt was to try to go over mid-off. She didn't succeed by doing that. Amantle perished in that effort.
This brings to the crease Ratile Kheresi, who has been opening the batting for Botswana. She has been opening the batting for Botswana in all the games before this one. A slight change in tactics from Botswana today. At the end of the 15th over here, 45 for 4. Rwanda well in control, I would say.
Yeah, just as you mentioned, Rati been opening the batting. She's been doing very well in the top order there, Karabo. I hope she can put some spark to this Botswana innings. We all know that she's good on the ones and twos. Maybe she can just rotate those strikes and give Paco a chance to try to have a go at some of those Rwanda's bowlers.
Yes, indeed, that might be the instruction that Ratile was given as she left the dugout. She is joining the lady who did replace her at the top of the order, Paco Mapotsane. She takes strike to Marie Josie Tumukunde, who is going to come in with some left arm spin. Starts with the full toss. Paco obliges by sending that one towards deep square. And the deep mid-wicket fielder puts it down. She had her hands up, she was ready. She had a lot of time to get herself behind that one. But unfortunately there, Georgette Ngabire putting that one down. The rare side from Rwanda, they are known for taking these catches. And unfortunately on that occasion, that one going down.
Yeah, that one was travelling. As you can see the replay there again, there was a ranking full toss, hit straight to mid-wicket.
Yes, that would be disappointing there for Rwanda, as that catch, she did have some time to settle underneath that one, but she seemed to go at it with a good hard hands, and it just popped out. Another ball here, hit towards the deep mid-wicket region. Deep mid-wicket has to run around, and they do manage to get back for two. Ratile Kheresi, of course, being a brilliant runner between the wickets. Paco seems to have taken a liking here to Josie Tumukunde's left arm spin.
Yes, I think from now going on, I think that will be deployed for Botswana.
Yes, as you see in the replay there, that ranking full toss, heads well out in front of her, and puts that one down. Paco goes again towards deep wicket, and this time no mistake made. Rocket arm there from Georgette Ngabire. The deep wicket. Maybe thrown in a little bit of anger after putting that one down.
Sometimes when the ball is in the air, you kind of change your mind a bit. Too much time to catch the ball could be a disaster.
That one dipping on Ratile Kheresi there. It did look like she was lining up for a big stroke, but ending up having to put her bat down to make sure her stumps were protected. That's a dot ball there to finish the very eventful over here. First over from Mary Josie Tumukunde. First time we have seen her left arm spin in this match. Botswana here being Botswana's mainstay with 33 not out of 52 deliveries. One wonders where Botswana would be without her.
Yeah, definitely she's been the mainstay for Botswana.
Yes, the score on 50 for 4 after 16 overs. 4 overs here for Botswana to try and rescue something from this game. What do you think is possible? What do you think is not possible?
Well, I definitely think 80-90 is on the card. A little bit more would be better. But we haven't seen the Rwanda batting lineup at these stretches yet.
Yes, indeed. Even I feel that 80-90 is a bit of a stretch. I would say at this point, Botswana will do well to maybe scrape the 80. Just maybe the high 70s towards 80 might give them a chance. Josiane back in the attack. Starts with the ball down leg side. Bako tucks it away. Deep square leg fielder Katia does very well in returning that ball. The keeper's gloves.
Yes, 81s. I think 81s would definitely gives Rwanda something to think about. I don't think they have chased that runs in the tournament yet so far.
They did chase 101 from Mozambique the first day. They did take 11 overs doing it, but it was largely due to Mary Diane, Bimingimana and Katia. So the bulk of the work on that occasion. Did all of the work actually on that occasion.
Yes, we are strong. Botswana could get about 80 on the board here, get 1 or 2 quick wickets. Probably see a good game.
Yes, indeed. It is all dependent on what Botswana can do here, and that will rely largely on the shoulders of Botswana, who is the one who can. And a mix-up happening here. Zora Perez has come halfway down the wicket, but no interest there from Paco Botswana. I think Paco needs to be aware that maybe Zora is trying to take those singles just to maybe try and get her on strike.
Yeah, maybe Rat is the only one that knows the plan. Maybe Paco is probably carrying an injury. We don't know.
Once again, Paco just a little bit late to take off their direct hit. Big appeal, given not out. That will be interesting to see because that looked very tight, Mr. Moses.
Yes, very, very close indeed.
Henry Tushima there with some brilliant work at mid-off. Sharply in. There's Uratile struck that one, as was immediately on her bike. Paco this time backing up. Clean pickup. Shy at the stump. And oof, very tight. That needs a third umpire.
It's a matter of inches, not yards. A very good fielder by the Rwandan fielder.
Yes, Henry Tushima there. Brilliant piece of fielding work. Paco back on strike. Lovely straight drive. Pushing very hard. Shakila coming in very quickly from that long one boundary. That brings the end of the 17th over of Botswana on 53 for 4. 18 deliveries left in this innings here, Mr. Moses.
Yes, what I noticed about Rwanda, they've been racking up the over quite quickly. The overs quite quickly. They've just been going through them, the turnover has been very quick. They're jogging to the spots. Botswana has to be careful here. In the next 3 overs, I don't know, it's 27 runs in 3 overs. It's likely. It's 9 runs and over.
I would say it's very unlikely, to be honest, Mr. Moses. We haven't seen that many boundaries, and wishing for a lot of boundaries to come at this point. I think Botswana will do well to actually try and get a run of ball from this stage.
But I think I'm going to put my hat and Paco here. 2 boundaries. From here could actually spark something.
Yes, Rwanda have been through the overs very quickly. We just have 62 minutes of play so far, and they have bowled already 17 overs. Could be a tactic from them, as that one chipped over the bowler's head, and a tight single again taken by Paco, having to dive maybe for the 3rd time in this innings. Yes, 17 overs in 1 hour. Could be a tactic from Rwanda, so that by the time Botswana look up, the scoreboard is gone and you have no more overs left.
Yes, definitely. We've been doing that from ball 1. First 6 overs, we just blinked and 6 overs was gone.
Looking at this run-out attempt here, Henrietta Shimwe expertly picking that up on the attack, shying at the stumps, and my bet would say she was just short, but as an umpire, can you really give that? That would have been a tough one to give.
Benefit of the doubt just to go to the batsman.
Just as you said, those inches in it. Just inches in it, either side of the line.
I imagine early on Botswana had to apply such pressure. Who knows where we would be by now. Botswana was very timid in the first 7-8 overs. And now they are trying to apply themselves to try to put a decent score on the board.
Yes, and with the expertise of Mary Diane Biminyimana here, very tough work ahead for Botswana. He is bowling those cutters, taking the pace off the ball, forcing the Botswana batters to try and generate all the pace of the bat, put some pace on the ball, and that's a very difficult thing to do, as you know. It's pitched well here, and Gaborone doesn't have a lot of pace in it.
Yes, along with the craftiness of Maria. She's a very thoughtful bowler.
Noratile has taken off despite the ball hitting Pakamaputsani on the non-striker's end. They do take that ball, and they do take that run, sorry.
Just rattle a bit. In the public tournament, I've seen them looking at each other like, what are you doing? That's what pressure does, Scrub.
Yes, but I don't really think they're under pressure. They only have the 3 fielders outside, a long on, a deep wicket, and a 3rd man. It is noticeable that when Oratile is on strike, they do bring in the mid-on fielder. I think that's where the bowler's disappointment came from, is that they brought on the mid-on fielder, but Oratile still managed to get off strike there. It does show that these teams do have an inkling and do know each other a little bit.
Yes, they do. Over the last year, they've played each other 4 times.
No run there.
Has probably done their homework.
Expertly finished there from Mary Diane Biminyimana. She finishes her spell on 4 overs, received 13 runs and taking the 1 wicket. Another excellent display from her. Botswana 57 for 4 after 18. Another season campaigner for Rwanda here, Henrietta Shimwe. Going to face up against Oratile Peresi, who we know is more of a nudger nerdler, a little bit of an accumulator, not really a hitter of the ball.
Yes, as you can see, 90% of the fielders are in except for the deep wicket and the 3rd man.
Yes, that says a lot about what Rwanda think about Oratile here, probably trying to keep the squeeze inside the 30 here, stopping her from taking those quick singles she loves to take. So attempt that one towards Katia, but they do manage successfully. Even though the direct hit came from Katia, they do successfully take that single.
Yeah, since Rati entered the crease, she's been very, very busy. Picking up those ones. It's time for Paco to try to get a boundary at 2 here.
Nako sorry,
Very good fielder for the point there. As far as feeling is concerned here, Rwanda is very good in the field. We know they dropped the catch.
No ball given despite the ball. I wonder what has happened there.
Back foot.
Where?
Back foot.
Ball was delivered. Paco went for a big swipe and then the umpire called no ball. Looks like a front foot fault.
Yes.
How lucky.
Yeah, it's Paco's day today.
It might be a back foot no ball actually. Henriette Shimo's back foot might have cut the line. Umpire Justin just sticking his arm out, calling for the no ball, despite the ball hitting Paco's thumbs. Free hit on.
Paco gliding on this one.
Henriette Shimo there, very obviously coming a bit narrower to the wicket. And that might have been why.
Yeah. By the adjustment of the bowler.
Flipped onto the leg side here by Paco. A slight mistake in length there by Henriette Shimwe, and Paco gladly says thank you. At this stage of the innings, this is exactly what I'm looking for, with no deep square leg out. Expertly put away there by Paco. She's seeing it like a football at the moment.
Yes, that is a well-needed boundary for Botswana.
Yes, after the reprieve earlier in the over, getting out on a no ball, she gets one on her legs, full toss, and she expertly guides it through backward square leg without no protection there. It races away to the boundary. Very welcome boundary there for Botswana.
Paco has been the mainstay for Botswana.
Full and straight once again, flipped into the same area, but not quite the same timing. Paco manages to get across, and one more run to Botswana's total.
Yeah, Paco is on 42 from 63.
It's a brilliant innings here from Paco, who of course opened the batting in place of Oratile Kheresi today, and she's proving why. She has stayed her course despite the slow start she has built into the innings. Big shot there by Oratile. Not quite the great timing on it. Katia feels it. And well backed up there by Mary Diane. Finished the 19th over with Botswana on 65 for 4 after 19. 6 balls to go, Mr. Moses.
Yes, do you think Botswana have any chance of getting 12 to 15 runs from this over?
I think the first thing you need to notice about the over is that it is Oratile Kheresi who's on strike. So Rwanda might do well to keep it that way, and maybe less damage might be done. This is here the final of the BCA Kalahari T20 Women's International Tournament, and Botswana women set up here to go for last over onslaught against Rwanda, who are undefeated so far in the competition. Botswana's only defeats coming twice in the double round robin against Rwanda, hoping to pull off an upset here in the final, Botswana. But Rwanda have so far expertly gone about their business.
Yes, as we can say, surgically.
Big swing there from Oratile Kheresi, looking for that probably that mid-on region, because mid-on and mid-off are up inside the circle, probably trying to stop that single from coming. They don't want Paco Maputsana on strike probably for these last 5 deliveries.
Definitely. I think they want that as well.
She does manage to get that one to deep square leg. Only the single.
What do you reckon here? Think Paco can get the maximum?
I'm sure Rosine will be tempting Paco with a few. Challenging Paco to see if she can really go over the boundary. Paco will do well to keep still. Get the full face of the bat on. Just send it towards deep mid wicket once again. Just the one run.
It seems like Rwanda has really done some homework. The deep mid wicket field has been there.
twinjirane 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 twese
Since after the power play.
One pulled away. Slight misfield by the short wicket fielder, but it is cleaned up at the car corner. They do come back for 2, and Paco makes it safely. A little bit of sloppiness in the field from Rwanda there, something we're not accustomed to seeing.
Yes, definitely. I think she was a bit slow in picking up the ball. I didn't think that Botswana was going to make attempt to the second one.
Lines up another pull shot here. Kalahari with the square leg fielder pushing in, and this time keeping it just down to 1 with no mistake made out in the outfield. That's the last ball here, Mr. Moses. There we go, expertly pulled there by Kalahari. But a slight fumble there, and the 2 Botswana batters, as the ball was getting picked up, really gave a push. As had that throw been accurate and over the stumps, Paco might have been struggling. She goes big. Oh, it's direct to the mid-wicket fielder, and the run-out is effected despite the drop catch.
Yes, that was a good effort from Botswana. Taking into consideration where they started. 74 is the final score.
74-4 being the final score here for Botswana after the 20 overs. A valiant attempt from Paco Mapotsane, who ends up 43 not out of 64 balls. Rwanda, I'm sure, will be pleased with their efforts at the moment. This was the last delivery here. Paco Mapotsane, of course, with it being the last delivery, hits it hard. But that catch is dropped by the short mid-wicket, who keeps composure and passes back to her captain, who whips off the bails to see the back of Kalahari.
Yes, I think Rwanda will be happy with that performance. If you've asked them, the 71 runs they've been chasing, I'm sure they'll be very happy about that.
Yes, Botswana with the task at hand. They will need 2-3 quick wickets here if they are to affect this game and get some jitters going in that Rwanda dugout. Please join us again for the second half of this game and see how who ends up as the champion of this BCA Kalahari Women's T20 International Tournament. Thank you. Welcome back to the BCA Kalahari Women's T20 International Tournament. Rwanda here with the task on their hands to chase 71 runs in the 120 allotted balls. Mary Diane Bimingimana to take strike for Rwanda, as she has done on many occasions in this tournament. Joined there by Katia and Tuelo Shadrack to a very vibrant Botswana team. First ball underway. Right on the button there from Tuelo as she hones in on Mary Diane's middle stump. Joining me in the commentary box is Aisha Motorola.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Karabo.
A very good afternoon indeed. The gods have been kind to us. The heat is subsided somewhat.
Absolutely, I must say these are the best innings of the day without the sun. Just a cool breeze around.
Yes, this is exactly what Botswana would have wanted. A perfect start here from Tuelo Shadrack. Expertly played here by Mary Diane Bimingimana, who has been one of the top batters in the tournament.
I must say this should be an intense inning indeed.
Down the track goes Bimingimana into the sweeper gap. There is a deep sweeper out here for Tuelo early on. The Rwanda get underway. Bringing Katia on strike, who has partners Mary very well in this tournament. These two Rwanda openers have gone about things expertly, not really having much trouble in the opening overs of any game that they faced. One sliding slightly down leg. We have seen Tuelo in the previous matches getting the ball to tail away, but there doesn't seem much on offer for her at the moment.
True that, Karabo. She has been exceptional throughout this tournament, being able to bowl consistently, having her lane down the middle stump.
Again, getting that ball to tail back slightly into Katia. Botswana will do well if they would maintain these line and lengths. These Rwanda batters, they would need, I'll say 2, maybe even 3 very quick wickets here if they are to have a sniff in this game. A bit of room offered. Smashed through the offside here by Katia, and it beats the sweeper fielder. An excellent piece of timing there to get Rwanda their first boundary. Expertly put away. The first hint of room there offered by Tuelo Shadrack with the last ball of the first over, and Katia makes no mistake in putting that one away. As you see there, Tuelo for the first time in the over offering a little bit of width, and Katia flashing her bat outside the off stump with the sweeper chasing but losing that race to the ball. And Rwanda now well underway. Yes, Aisha, a good example there of the small margins that Botswana have to work with. A little bit of width outside the off stump. She did start the over well, trying to target the stumps, but as soon as the width was offered, Katia said thank you very much.
Absolutely, Karabo. If you're bowling to someone like Katia or Mary, you'd want to let your ball be as straight as possible, not backward wide or forward wide in any way, because if that happens, they just spin their ears, smack it all the way.
There's a lot of encouragement here on the Botswana field. Some of the fans there making sounds, trying to encourage these Botswana players. But those are tight margins they're going to have to work with, especially with the score of 70, only 70 on the board.
True that.
Wabula Matume here coming from the university end. Very close there to shaving that off stump. Wabula Matume starting right on the button, beating Mary's outside edge and beating the keeper as well, who manages to just get a hand on it.
Absolutely. I think she has motive. As you can see the replay there, having it turning right into the middle of those stumps. I must say Gwabile is one of the known good all-rounders of Botswana, Karabo. She's one of the seniors, as I always say, that the juniors are looking up to. And across this tournament, we saw her managing to scoop one of the awards of the player of the match.
Yes, indeed. These are the tries and trusted of Captain Laura Mupagedi. She'll be hoping on them to come good right now. Another brilliant delivery there from Pabile Matume. Getting that one to tail away from Mary Bimingimana.
A lot of cheering there from the fans and the team members. A lot of confidence there. Botswana be able to maintain that tight fielding and intense bowling.
Yes, that is the name of the game. Wabile Matume here showing a bit of expertise there. Getting that one to beautifully swing away from the right-hander. A bit annoyed with herself there, Wabile Matume, knowing that she does not have a lot to play with and she will have to be on the button. Botswana here trying to exert as much pressure as they can on these two Rwanda batters. With Offord and Mary Bimingimana, and a misfield in the outfield from Mirapelo Piase allows another 4 for Rwanda, the second of the innings. This is exactly what Botswana don't need. They have set the field for them. In case they do bowl a little bit wide, there is a sweeper out in the offside, but on that occasion there, the ball escaping from Mirapelo Piase, powerfully played shot towards the sweeper. And a misfield allowing Rwanda the second boundary. And an immediate correction here from Wabile Matume. She has realized the error in the previous delivery. It's quite disappointing for Botswana that, as we said, if they are to win this match, everything will need to go right for them, and they will definitely not need to give Rwanda any helping hand.
True that, Karabo.
Full and wide outside the off stump again. Mary Bimingimana indulges, but this time Mirapelo Piase making no mistake and picking that on cleanly and returning it expertly back to the keeper. 11 for 2, 11 for no loss after 2 overs. Rwanda on the charge. In a match such as this, the low total, it's hopes and prayers here for Botswana for a miraculous start. They will need quick wickets if they are to affect the game, if they are to exert any pressure in the Rwanda dugout.
They definitely do, Karabo, considering that the first few batters rather, are senior women who are more experienced. Wickets definitely will do.
Brilliant delivery there from Tuelo Shadrack. As we have seen, they have beaten Mary Bimingimana's bat a couple of times on that off stump, tight on about 4th or 5th stump, and they will do well to stay in and around there. As we see there, it's about the 3rd or 4th time we're seeing that defeat of Bimingimana's outside edge. And once again, another slight misfield there in the field for Botswana. They will really need to get their hands on absolutely everything. At the moment, I do not believe it is a lack of belief from the Botswana players on the field at the moment, but a lack of execution in terms of getting themselves behind the ball and making sure that they save every single run like their life depends on it.
Absolutely.
Oh, and that one narrowly missing the off stump.
I must say, Tuelo really is exceptional. Very thirsty for that wicket indeed.
Yes, Tuelo bowling an excellent delivery there. Seemed to just look to shape away from the right-hander, hitting the pitch and then coming back, honing in towards that off-stump and narrowly missing it. Once again, Tuelo expertly keeping a line and length, having learnt a lesson from her error in the last ball of the previous over where she did give Kathia a bit of room to work with. She has come back to maintain a very tight line and length here, beating the outside edge one more time, this time of Kathia's. Having beaten her on the inside edge the previous time. Width offered again, and Kathia does not hesitate once again in playing that ball out. This time the sweeper will come around and cover. Pako Maputani there, patrolling that offside boundary. And as we have seen, this is where Rwanda's runs have come from. Any width offered, they're not being shy in giving it the full treatment. That solid forward defense there, bringing the end of the third over. Rwanda on 13 for no loss. Searching for inspiration here, Botswana. The longer they don't take a wicket, the longer that morale might start to dip a little bit. Inspiration needed from somewhere. Pablo Matume to resume here from the university end. And an inside edge there and put down by Captain Laura Mupakedi. That was a bit of a difficult catch as it was an under edge. One of the more difficult catches to take for a wicketkeeper up to the stumps. And that is a moment Botswana will be ruining. As we said, they do need to take every single thing that they get.
Absolutely, Garabo.
Driven hard towards cover. Gets a hand on it. That
beautiful fielding there by Unile.
Yes, as you see the replay there. Kathia, another ball pitched up wide outside the off stump. But that one, difficult catch actually. That one inside edged onto the keeper's pad. Very difficult catch.
I must say, Karabo, Botswana is definitely in here for the fight, taking head on Rwanda and keeping the field tight as possible, though there's a little bit of few mistakes here and there.
Yes, those are the mistakes they will need to cut out. This over's going well so far, 3 dot balls. And the commentator's curse as Wabila just sends out one down the leg side. A lot of encouragement coming from the stands next to Botswana's dugout here. Slow ball there from Kwabile towards cover, but mid-off cleans up. Amante Mokotle there at mid-off, making sure she got everything behind it. Kathia here, very happy to have a drive at the ball. This ball is being bowled quite full, and we have seen that she does like that width on the offside, looking to pierce that cover gap. Excellent delivery there once again. This time width is offered, but that ball is tailing quite sharply away from Kathia. with this much movement, and Katia never really shaping up to play on the leg side, you might do well with actually taking a gamble, maybe moving mid-wicket and putting a slip in. This is a once in a lifetime where you could just take a chance or two. And as I say, remove mid-wicket, where's the ball played? To mid-wicket. And that ends the 4th over with Rwanda on 14 for no loss. Everything going alright here for Rwanda. Yes, they might have not gotten a flyer away, but no wickets means no problem for them. And looking like Tuelo Shadrack will be continuing. And this is a tactic that we haven't quite seen from Botswana maybe since the first day, where they bowled Tuelo Shadrack 3 overs in the power play. And this might be brought around by the desperation for Botswana to really try and get a breakthrough.
I have to admit, 1 wicket for Botswana will be a change of...
It's there by Mary Bimingimana, and we were just calling for maybe a slip. And that goes to the right of wicketkeeper Laura Mopagedi, and we managed to get one.
As you can see, replay of that. Kathia just guided it. Mary, rather, pardon me.
But again, and then Katia, as we have seen, very adept at getting that ball away through that offside gap. They do have a deep sweeper out. These teams do play each other quite often, and Botswana have started with a deep sweeper out, something that we haven't seen from all the teams, but particularly these Rwanda openers, any width that's given to them, they do go for. Another single there into the offside. And as long as this keeps going, Rwanda just keep rotating the strike. More and more Botswana's belief will keep coming down. As long as those wickets don't come, there is absolutely no problem for Rwanda here.
True that, Karabo.
And Botswana taking a bit of a chance here, moving away the short fine leg and looking to plug that gap where Rwanda have been easily getting those singles. Bowling to a 7-2 field now, Tuelo should have to be on her line. This last ball of the 5th over here coming. Tuelo has bowled a very tight over for a 3rd. I think Rwanda will be realizing that these are Botswana senior bowlers and making sure that no damage is done. Driven very hard back at the bowler, and Tuelo Shadrack does well there to stop any runs coming. I think crisis averted here for Rwanda. They have seen off what I believe will be Tuelo Shadrack's last over of this spell in particular, and that is one of Botswana's dangers dealt with. 17 for no loss after 5. We do have Rabile Matume here to continue, as we've said, we haven't seen this a lot from Botswana, but they are forced into this to bowling their opening bowlers all the way through the power play, trying to pick up a wicket. A good full delivery there, but Mary Bimingimana does well to deal with that one.
I suppose you as a captain, Karabu, would want to do exactly the same thing if your team has set a lower score like that on the board.
Yes, indeed. Captain Laura Mpagedi, I feel like she has been forced into this somewhat. She needs that breakthrough, desperately needs it. She does seem to be honing in on that middle stump of Mary Bimengi Mana, but she managed to jab the bat down and rotate strike. Now to deal with Katia, or Katia to deal with her. We'll see who will be the winner of this battle. Both bowlers here for Botswana operating with 7-2 fields. I haven't seen Katia go much through the leg side. In the air and put down by mid-wicket. Oratile Kheresi there at mid-wicket. A chance for Botswana goes down. Oh dear, oh dear. There was a collective sigh around the ground. Does everybody realize the chance there? And Oratile Kheresi standing at mid-wicket with Katia going on the leg side, as you said, doesn't seem to really be a strong suit. A chance goes a begging. Powerful drive there through the offside. Well covered there by Murapelo PSA. Oh dear, oh dear. Botswana will do well to try and forget that mishap in the field and try and create another chance. Full toss on the offside. Once again played through the cover region and the sweeper cover. Once again tidies up. Mary Bimingimana here to face the last over of Matuma's third over. And she expertly guides that one towards the third man. Happy to pick up a single. And that will end the power play with Rwanda on 22 for no loss, having avoided losing a wicket in the power play. You feel that Rwanda in the ascendancy, and for as long as they make sure there's damage that is controlled, they'll feel well settled and well on the way to winning this one. And there will be a change in comms after the power play here.
Very good afternoon here this afternoon. Great job by the two individuals outgoing. We have Karamo Matlanga and Aisha Mtrala. I'm here in comms. My name is John Mkoko. I'm here with James Moses. James, interesting bowling change?
Yes, very much so. I think we have a game on our hand here. Rwanda haven't really got off to a flyer start as they're accustomed to. Let's hope Botswana can make some inroads into this batting lineup.
Yeah, Pako Mapokza is someone who hasn't bowled much, more of a batting all-rounder on the side. You'd like to think Botswana will rue their opportunities missed. They were only 4 wickets down at the end of their 20 overs, only losing 4 wickets.
Yes, I think they could have tried to get a few more by taking a bit more risk, but they did not. This Rwanda is going about this, what we will say, onto the customs a bit gingerly. But nonetheless, 22 after 6 and no wickets. I think the ball is in Botswana's court now to try to do something.
Well, got a bit of a Chinese cut. But good movements, getting Mary one.
Do you see any tactical change that Botswana could actually try here to try to get into this game?
I think perhaps just a change of pace for me. I'd like to see young Muratile Kherisi come into the attack. Just to see how they play, they go about their spin. They are good players of spin. Typically, you expect that from East African nations. But perhaps just, you know, a lot of these bowlers being of the same mold and build. Here's an opportunity at cover. Onele, and they do swallow it this time. Onele with the opportunity, and she does swallow it. Botswana get their first break there. 23 for 1 Rwanda. Katia has to walk back.
Yes, I was just thinking sometimes batsmen's strength could be their weaknesses. Maybe Botswana could still just bowl outside the off stump and with the pack offside feeling and see what happened, just like now.
Great insights, Jay. I think it definitely paid dividends. Good old-fashioned disciplined cricket just outside off stump. Good line and length outside off stump. Katia going for the huge hit. Just managed to scoop it up to short cover.
Yes, Botswana need 1 or 2 more of that quick wickets.
That will be in Clarice. Umutoni Sawa. Umutoni Wasa.
Botswana need to get Rwanda in a panic here. And as you said, how do they do that? Good old-fashioned bowling and field setting. Bang outside the off stump, a tight offside field. You probably could put mid-off back.
Yeah, good confidence boost as well for Onele, who has put a catch down already so in the tournament. So I think that will be a nice confidence booster for her.
Yes, Botswana seems like they've been key for this game. They didn't put much on the board, but they still have to make a fight of it.
Of course, we don't have a win predictor technology yet with us. Umpires indicating that it was a no ball. Well packed away by Clarice. Rwanda will move to 27 for 1. She gets off mark with a luscious pull shot. And as a bonus, she'll get a free hit for that as well.
If Botswana need to put a challenge here, they have to be more consistent.
Lovely push shot all along the ground in the gap. No chance for the man in the deep. Crowd's loud at voice. We've got the Lesotho team here. No ball. What can she do with it, Clarice? Not too much. A free hit. Doesn't cost Botswana too much. Yeah, James, this is saying, you know, we don't have win predictor technology, but you would say that with 9 wickets in hand, the odds are highly stacked against Botswana. Rwanda is the favourites to win this. But cricket is a funny game, of course.
Yes, it is. Sometimes we can take the funny out of cricket, but it is a funny game.
With this sort of start, Rwanda not needing to take any big risks at all. You just knock it about for the rest of the innings. 7 overs gone, Rwanda 30 for 1. As they've done all tournament, Lesotho in high voices, singing aloud, the skipper at the top. Very familiar faces out there dancing around. Mozambique and Lesotho sitting together. What a great sight for cricket. See a bowling change as well. Double bowling change for Botswana. We've got Amantle Mokhotle. She'll be coming in from the university end.
think Botswana is still sticking to the 7-2 field, which is good. I hope Mantle can just keep this ball just on and about off stump, and then we can see what happens.
Slight delay as the medicals were coming on board, but however the work was not being done on the bowler, it was being done on the ball. You can't help but feel that Botswana definitely missed the trick in the first 10 overs, just not going hard enough, not taking the risk. A slight lack of confidence, of course, being so early in the season for them.
Yeah, yes, definitely. In particular, when you see a batting change, the top of the order, you expected something a little bit different, but it didn't happen.
Much agreed with you, Jay. I think, and evidence of that, to end up with 70 on the board and only losing 4 wickets, a whole bunch of 6 wickets, an entire 6 wickets in the bag, still in the hut.
Yeah, as the old saying goes, that's criminal.
Yeah, highly criminal.
Yeah, but we're past that now. Uganda's still chasing another 40 runs from 78 balls. Let's see if Botswana can redeem themselves here.
Cannot help but feel that it'll take a miracle from here on, and not to be negative or anything, but I think Rwanda lack a bit of experience, but you still have Mary Diane at the crease. You still have someone who they've dropped a bit lower. She usually comes in at number 3 in Henriette Shimwe. And as we've seen as well, young players like Georgette, Ingabire, they also come out swinging. Can Botswana defend the 40 runs remaining? They'll need a lot to go their way for sure.
But it was one thing about me, I'm a very observant person. I also notice about the Rwandan team, they don't run many quick singles. So Botswana has that luxury of just staying back a little bit. And as I said, good old-fashioned cricket. It's been there 180 years before we were born. I think it's going to be there for another 180 years. Just on and about off stump. And then leave the rest up to.
That's a good point, Jay, and I totally agree with you. I think the biggest challenge at the moment, they're struggling, and that's a major difference between them and the Rwanda ladies. They're struggling to sort of dot up a batter. As you can see, they're bowling on both sides of the wicket. Hence the last example, Mary Diane getting one on her hips to pack away down to the leg side. But as you said, if they just have had that discipline to just dot up, anything can happen. All of a sudden, the batter feels like the game's not moving along and makes a mistake.
Yes, definitely. As you can see now, there's a left-hander at the crease. That could be a little bit of challenge for Botswana bowlers and the fielders.
And that's what Rwanda are very good at. They're good at playing good old-fashioned boring cricket where they just bowl in one area. And if you can attack in that area, then they'll change the fields or do something different. But up until you do something different, they're not going to make anything different. They're just going to be nice and patient in one spot. Which is what you're mentioning, Jay. Just good old-fashioned line and length bowling outside off stump.
Yes, with just a small change-up. Off-speed balls. Then on occasion, you hit one into the wicket. You run your fingers across the seam with the same line.
Highly packed offside field. You've got 5 fielders in the inner ring patrolling.
That's a steady bowling there by Amantle. Botswana is not going to win this game by bowling 20 overs. Definitely. So how do you get wicket? How do you get a wicket? And I don't think Botswana is going to get a wicket really directly. I think Rwanda is going to have to make some mistakes here. Good old-fashioned cricket, Johnny boy.
Well put, James. I think that is the best way. You got to dot up the opposition. 8 overs gone. Rwanda moving steadily along. They moved to 32 for 1.
I think sometimes these modern games think that in order for you to get wicket, you have to really attack the stumps. Sometimes psychologically, you can just look at the batsman, and in particular in this case, I think they have known the batsman. You can either bowl to their strength or bowl to the weakness. In this case, you don't do either. Just bowl outside the off stump and see what happened. Johnny, that deep extra cover here, I think they have to bring that deep extra cover here, put a little bit more pressure on this opening bats. We all know this batsman is very experienced, but they do not run singers very well.
They don't, and she is very comfortable just punching it there through there for one. As you see, another loose delivery. And that's the difference in the two sides, in inexperience in terms of just being able to, not that Rwanda doesn't bowl wide, but in the sense of just getting together a good cluster of deliveries, 8 or 10 deliveries of dot balls. They tend to do that a little slightly better.
Yes, in any walk of life, you have to be consistent, whether you're playing sport or not. And in this game, the game of cricket, the team that done the basics better usually comes out on top. And that seems like a bottom edge. Was that a catch, Jono?
Yeah, it's quite hard to tell. It happened very, very quickly. I believe it. Can more call it a half chance rather. It was a much bigger risk for inside edge, but for bowled from the inside edge. But I don't think that Laura really stood a chance at that. It's one of those that has to stick, otherwise. Just another look at it. It's the right side off stump, like you're saying. Yeah, huge deflection. They either stick or they don't.
Yes, I don't think the wicketkeeper had any chance whatsoever with that one.
The right-hand combination continues to be a challenge for young Pakwa.
I think we have a deep mid-wicket here. I don't think that's a field set that we really need at this moment.
I totally agree with you, Jay. I think Clarice has shown us that she's more of an accumulator as well. She did get a full toss to come up first up, and then she packed it away well. But she's not someone who's going to really hit the leather off the ball. Catch opportunity. Well timed by her. Great timing by Clarice over the top. Running away. They come back for 2. So she's more of a timer and an accumulator. She's not someone who really smashes the leather off it. And like you're saying, having a deep square leg, you're really setting a field for bad bowling.
Yes, I think so. Botswana has to have a little confidence and take a chance or two. That's how they're going to get back into this game. Oh, they're not going to get back in this game by bowling extras. The discipline is way off for the Botswana bowlers.
Totally agree with you, Jay. Every run counts. Only 33 runs to win. And you know, as soon as it gets into the 20s, you know, even all hope starts to fade. The belief starts going away. Oh, lovely shot by Clarice. Very well timed. Well run away, and it does. Great timing from her. Slight risk in the shot, but very, very well executed by the young left-hander.
Things are not looking so good for Botswana here. Another 29 runs.
Just a great look at it. The way she just went down on it. Saw it was going down leg. Top timing from her. Very well smashed. She's going to enjoy the highlights of that tonight for sure. She'll watch it over and over. They've moved on to 42 for 1.
I see some adjustments had been made here by the bowler. I think she could have done that the ball or two before. Hoping that she can get that ball on the offside now.
Another shot over the top, Amante, just giving it a bit of a look, just to judge the good fielding by Liviro's young Piasi. Now look at the scoreboard, 16 of 27, 8 runs for Katia. She struggled a little bit, 13 so far from Clarice. She's been awesome. She came in, smashed the boundary first up, and now she hasn't stopped her momentum at all. 9 overs gone, 44 for 1, Rwanda.
Where's the hope here, Johnny? I think the hope here has been trusted to newcomer Youngblood.
It's good to see Kisero Inakale, young under 19 player. She struggled a little bit in terms of her line and length. I think it's more of a confidence thing, just not really necessarily trusting her skills enough. But you have to believe something, you know, you're playing at international level for a reason, you're playing for your nation. Clearly, the selectors believe in you. She just needs to believe in herself a little bit more. Good to see Laura giving her an opportunity as well.
Oh, yes, definitely. She seems like a very consistent bowler. I just think, as you said, this was the confidence. First cap for Botswana in such a tournament. But I think this time around she will do much better. It seems like the mechanics and all the skills are there. And she has a very simple action.
Great stop by Huahua back a point. Huabile Matome.
27 runs is not a lot, but Botswana have to keep fighting.
Oh, what a cover drive. There is protection out there in the form of Oratile Kheresi. Well done, good fielding from her side. It's a very well timed shot. See, one of the benefits of having streams and stuff like that is obviously so the public can also share in cricket in different countries, but also for the participating teams. I always feel that one trick we miss, we don't go back as a unit and sit down and actually do a bit of film study about the performances, and that's such a critical area, especially for associate nations. Whatever the result here, it does look like Rwanda will pull through on top, only 26 runs, but can Botswana go and look back at this and study this film and say, look, this is an area where we could have done, what tactics could we have employed in the first 10 overs? And there's opportunities we never had when we were coming up. There was no streamed games and stuff like that. Never seen myself play cricket at all. So these benefits have to be used for sure, and to study, and just a change has to come apart. We can't keep doing the same thing as a team. With such benefits, technology around, you have to capitalize and use it.
Yes, that goes back to a comment that we make early on, good old-fashioned cricket. Because we didn't have such facilities back in our days, we just have to stick to the basics. Basics outside the off-stump set a field to that. There are one or two things that we could have learned from. Maybe it's just...
Oh, great timing. Tuelo and chase, but I think she will have to give up the ghost. Lovely timing by Clarice. She moves on to 17 off just 11 balls. Really has injected some momentum into this chase. Only 22 more runs to win for Rwanda.
Yes, Janu, to what I was saying, we have to learn quickly, in particular as bowlers. We have to see how the batsmen pick up their bat, what they're doing, and adjust ourselves according. Just watching the replay there.
Top hit over the top. What a lot of energy she's injected into the team and this chase. Definitely heading down leg. I'm true, Jay. I mean, there was a couple of practice sessions I had with a couple of ladies as well a few years ago, with Laura and them, and that was critical, where we sat down and I said, look, let's look at the your film study from the Kibuka tournament, and particularly the field settings was all over the place, and that's an area where you can learn quicker, but nets aren't going to help you. An opportunity for Ratile. Again, she puts one down. Disappointment for her. That was a huge opportunity to get rid of the dangerous Clarice. As we say that is the end of the 10th over. Rwanda 49-1. She'll be disappointed. She is one of the better fielders in the side. He's a better catch-in for sure. Just a nice full toss. Almost a no ball, but just below the waist. She settled, but just still on the move when she had to take it. Catch goes a beggy. Yeah, second drop catch for sure. It was a diving effort from her at mid-wicket off the batting of Katia for sure, the opener. Now Katia has departed, so that didn't make her pay too much. And now Clarice is looking quite dangerous. That'll be a bowling change from the golf course Angel. Change of ends. Amantle Mokhotle will return. So yeah, Jay, I mean, that's the hope that definitely this won't be just looked at in terms of oh wow, I played such a cool shot, let me watch myself on YouTube, but rather we can sit down collectively as a unit and study the highlights as well as the lowlights. You know, there's stuff they did very, very well towards the end, particularly Parko, to change the momentum of the game totally. So it's not just to sort of criticize the players, it's more just along the lines of trying to develop even the good stuff that you did. You need to say, okay, let's continue to do this and work on those as well.
Yes, you're totally right, Jano. Technology is welcome in this time of sports, in particular cricket.
Particularly, yeah, Jay. What's that?
I also think it is a responsibility for the players also to try to get some of those information so they can improve their game on themselves. They don't have to wait on others to do that.
And Rwanda quietly has brought up their 50, going at 5 and over here, just under 5. That's well said, Jay. I think there were times when you've heard international players say whenever they struggled for form, at times they'll go back and watch film of when they scored 100 or when scored a 50 or when they were batting well. What were they doing? What was their mind frame in that particular time? And it can really help you now as a batter or a bowler now come back to your best cricket.
Yes, I remember that I had to make a couple of adjustments. I think that you're aware of it also. Early in my innings, edge of 1 or 2. And then after making that adjustments, then guess what? Opposite happened. 1 or 2 LBs. Have to go back again to the drawing board. But this time I went to the players itself, the bowlers, and asked the bowlers. And that's where I got some joy for the latter part of my years.
Great timing again from Clarice. She really is good. Fast hands. Great time of the ball. That's very true, Jay. I think it's a trick that we are missing for sure in terms of the Southern African region from an associate nation point of view. I believe that East Africa is doing well in that sense of the film study. That's the side where they go back and look at the opposition and actually study, review games a bit better. I think we tend to just move on from games a bit too quickly after a word or two. But you need to sit down and study the game and say, where did it go right, where did it go wrong, and really do the film study.
Yes, definitely. But there's another factor to this. I will tell you in a moment. Yes, there's another factor into this. It's up to the players. Are they willing to do that and absorb what they've been taught? Because I assure that some data has been given to them, right, in this tournament. I don't know how much, but
I think it comes with what you're talking about now comes from your senior players. A lot of them, you'd find your senior players go back and actually review. I'm hoping they do. Definitely Karabo is someone who does have a look at his innings. He's always tinkering with his technique. But now you look at your youngsters, you know, especially these days, you have about quite a few 21, 22-year-olds in the team. They're not going to do that. They need to be taught that this is how you study film. And of course, 11 overs gone. Rwanda 52 for 1. Another 19 runs required for victory.
Yes, John, we can always elaborate and stuff. You mentioned a name there, Karabo. I don't think most of the ladies players ever really go to him and ask him about anything has to do with cricket. You understand? And Karabo is a sound, solid player. In fact, he's probably the best, probably holder bat that Botswana have ever seen. And I think not because he's around, but by a distance also.
Yeah, he's really developed well through the age groups, came into the team young. But I think it's more along the lines, not just speaking for Botswana cricket alone. I think just in terms of all developing nations, Lesotho might have lost every game. How can they improve? How can they go back? And the most important thing is to go back and look at the film. What did we do right? What didn't we do right? So likewise, I think that's the benefits of the technology that has been there, and now it's going to be there on YouTube permanently. All these nations need to, your Mozambiques, your Botswanas, they need to grab this opportunity with both hands and say, we're going to study. To continue.
Yeah, but yes, we had a very intense conversation. But to top it off, does the player want that? Does the player want it? Yeah, it's still up to them. I know back then we study cricket. We think about the cricket that we have to play next day. Do those players do that? Do they really want to? They're just here for what we call pastime.
I think it should be mandated. That's where I'm coming from. I think it shouldn't be an optional thing. It should be like nets or doing fitness. It should be something that's mandated to say, we need to go out and study our film, and then you need to come back with certain points of improvement from your game, from the team game. This should be something that should be very, very mandatory, not optional. And that's how you change the culture within the associate nations, and you develop cricketers a bit quicker.
Yes, John, I don't mean to be negative, but we have played together, and we know how intense I could be. Well, you know that we think a lot about our game. Day before, when we get in the field, we're still talking. Yeah, we had a problem. We used to run out each other, and I think we fixed that in a lot of part of our innings.
100%.
You understand? So, as I said, the players have to want this. They have to want this, and knowing that, okay, there's some things need to be done to help my game. Am I willing to do that?
Great partnerships around 30 runs that run a ball. Clarice a big part of that. She's moved on to 18 of 16. A great cover drive from Mary Diane Bimanyana. She opens the face and gets a welcome boundary for her. She moves on to 22. Another 14 runs required now for victory. Rwanda marching along now, moving on to 57 for 1. Patience paying off. Sliced in a very, very thin gap between those two. Backward of point, 4 runs. Yeah, it is the final of the BCA Kalahari Women's T20 International Tournament, the inaugural tournament of its kind. 4 nations started, 2 have been left behind. They are now battling for it. Rwanda taking on Botswana. Rwanda marching along now, only another 12 runs for victory. 9 wickets still in the hut, doing very, very well, Rwanda. They do have one hand on the cup for sure. What a tournament. 14 games in 4 days. It's been quite something very, very well put together by the Botswana Cricket Association. The umpiring has been top class. The cricket has been very, very entertaining all along. And the weather's been kind, James.
Yes, part of the time. Yes, we have to give a big round of applause to Botswana Cricket for organizing such a tournament. It can only benefit our ladies, and I hope that they continue this following next year, and maybe more teams can participate. that can only be a positive for Botswana cricket and for cricket in the region, for the ladies in particular.
100%, Jay.
And while talking about the ladies, don't forget the men also.
Yeah, I'm sure they will also be wondering, hoping for their version of it. Of course, broadcasts being brought to you by Pitch Vision from South Africa. Tremendous effort. This is their second effort here. I mean, rather, in Botswana. They were here for the 19 World Cup qualifiers. And what a job they did then. Good to see the relationship continuing.
Yes, as we can say, South African language, they were laka.
They are laka oaks.
Laka oaks. The most approachable gentlemen you could find. And we've learned a lot from them.
Yeah, 100%. There are lots of experience they have given to us all. Some of our team members getting experience through scoring, online scoring, some of them as well, some work in cameras. Yes, how to move that and pan a camera.
Yes, in particular me, I'm very new to this broadcast. I think I've stumbled along the way to this point, but I think I finally made it to the final game, John.
Yeah, what a broadcast. The team, Wayne, Leah, Mpo, actually known as Poster Katleho. We thank you so much, guys, for coming here and being a part of us. Partnering up with the BCA to bring cricket to this nation in terms of expanding our horizons, showing the world what Botswana can do in terms of a tournament. Not to forget Johan as well, here to fly back to SA. He was here as well day one.
Yes, big up to the organizer. I'm sure Johan will get a peek of this. Thanks, Johan.
Another 11 to win. Amantle coming in to Mary Bian. She's been patient.
We should also give thanks to our fellow, should we call them commentators? Should we call ourselves commentators?
Yeah, it has been a good team effort all around, eh? Love you working with a good local team.
And thanks, Jono, for the leadership. I think I'm not quite sure if I'm getting the hang of it, but I'm learning a lot.
That's been good, a great team effort. The rookie, Aisha Montrara, has been wonderful to work with her. She's been exceptional in the post-match presentations, leading the way. First time doing it, she's taken to it like a duck to water.
Yes, and one and only Mr. McClank. Always on target with everything he does. Very precise. Very particular.
Yeah. Only 24 runs or 41 balls, but I can tell you what, she really has been a rock, a solid foundation for her team to walk around in terms of this chase. She adds a lot of calm, Mary Bimimiana. Just exactly what you need in an opener. She plays the situation, doesn't just play for herself. She can score much, much quicker. Understanding only 70 runs on the board, no need to give away any advantage to the opposition. Just take it as deep as possible. What a selfless opener. Well done from her, putting her interests back and saying team first all the way. Former captain Mary Bimimana. Sensational job she's done. Clarice, exceptional. Round the ball 19 from her. And that's the end of the 13th over. 62 for 1. Another 9 runs required for victory for Rwanda to lift the inaugural BCA Kalahari Women's T20 International Tournament. And
we also have to give props to Rwanda. They've played nothing but very, very good cricket. I think there's something the other teams can learn. The organization, the preciseness, and they have very good cricket awareness. Hopefully they'll come back soon. It could only be positives. when we have teams like this visiting our shores at Botswana.
Definitely congratulations to them. They really have played well. They've been a standard above. They've been the top side in the tournament. And captained very, very well by Rosine. Must give credit to her. Rosine Herrera has been exceptional. Led from the front with the ball. Ooh, perilously close to leg stump. Just touching a bit of the leg of Mary Bimimana.
Yes, it was a joy these last 6 days.
A very professional batting effort from the former skipper. Understanding that this is a threatening bowler. Khwabile coming back just to pick a wicket for sure. And giving her the respect she deserves and playing in on merit. She'll take advantage of anything loose should she get it for sure. At the moment, playing exactly what her team needs her to do. Respecting good bowling. Despite not being the captain anymore, Mary continues to be a leader in the side. Even on the field, you see her as well, just helping the bowlers at times and moving the field around here and there, just helping her captain and providing great support for Rosine Herrera. It's been a masterclass, Jade, must say, from Mary Bimimana.
It has been. The former captain for Rwanda. Lead by example. She's one of the long-standing players, been playing for a while, and it shows.
Oh, Laura definitely wearing that on the body, putting her body on the line. Let's hope she is okay. The efforts of being a keeper, I believe she might have worn that one on the tummy or the leg. Good effort to put your body on the line down there. Another 8 runs to win for Rwanda to receive their much-deserved trophy. Very good shores for Rwanda to tour. Of course, the under-19s qualifying here in Botswana, winning a place in the under-19 World Cup. Unfortunately, Mary taking for a cut. Tuelo takes a lovely catch. I beg your pardon, Seho. The two are very, very similar, those two. And Khwabile does get a wicket. She can really, really thank. The team will be grateful for her efforts. Mary Bimimana getting 24-46 balls, taking them to the grasp of victory. Henriette Ishimwe coming in at number 4. As we see that one short and wide, it was there to cut. Give yourself a bit too much, a little bit of extra bounce. Loops the catch up to backward point.
Botswana just getting the wicket there.
I can believe Henriette is going to play her natural game. If it's in her zone, she's going to give it a good go. A slight bit of a cutter. Well taken. Did hold up a little bit in the wicket, hence why she hit it slightly in front of square. Top bowling from Khwabile Motomi. Great running from Henriette. That is her favorite stroke, the cover drive for sure. Really does ping off her bat. 14 overs gone, Rwanda 64 for 2. Tremendous batting, quite a bit of a muscle class in terms of how to chase a low score. Different ways to skin a cat. Former captain Bimimana was exceptional. Another 7 runs to go.
Joanna, what do you think Botswana can take from this game? It's the better showing out of the previous 2 games.
I think what Botswana can do, it'll be best for them to have a look at the games, the 3 games against Rwanda, because if you look at them, they're quite similar in terms of their tactics. Yes, they did change today, move Pako to the top of the order in place of Oratile, clearly trying to inject a bit of energy into and power as well at the top of the order. But from that, despite that, they did still have a slow first 10 overs or so. So in all 3 games, so they're quite similar. So you wouldn't want them to look at this one in isolation. You want them to have a look at the full package, and a nice big shot over the top by Henriette. Getting something nice and full in her area, and she goes big hit over mid-wicket. Couple of bounces into the ropes. 3 runs closer. 4 runs closer. Only 3 to go for victory. As I mentioned, she's a fearless cricketer. Just way too full for her, Tuelo. And she picks her over the top. So yeah, as I was saying, you'd want them to sort of look at them as a cluster and say, look, what could we have done differently in all 3 games? And do some in-depth studying, and then take it from there.
Yes, I'm sure that data will be given to them. Being part of the preparation for this tournament. We'll definitely go back and discuss some of these things.
Give me 2 minutes, I'm still updating, please.
And then we'll take it from there.
Another 3 runs from Rwanda. Have they been exceptional? They really have in this tournament. Big shouts of Mutukudze from the team. I'm not too sure what that means, but I think from the context, potentially means go big or go home. You did hear some words of 6 and 4. They wanted to finish it in style. Ooh. Trying to do exactly that. Henriette is an individual you could watch bat all day. Very positives, like to use her feet to the seamers. Doesn't allow bowlers just to bowl at her and settle in. She tries to just keep the ball moving forward. And tends to want to be positive under all circumstances, whether they're chasing a big score or a low score. And again, big use of the feet, and there it is. That's a victory for Rwanda as Henriette finishes it in style with a boundary. Rwanda get home by 8 wickets, a massive win for Team Rwanda. As they get home with another 30 balls remaining, massive victory for them, you must believe. They've been so clinical. Deserving winners of the Kalahari BCA Women's T20 International Tournament. Huge celebration as Rosine Herrera is running onto the path. The team jumping here to join her. Well deserved effort by all of them as we see her use her feet, get to the pitch, and bang! Big shot down to mid-wicket. Top class shot from a very good superstar in Henriette Shimwe. Massive batting effort, of course. 1 wicket for 13 runs in her 4 overs and 24 runs or 47 balls rather for Meridian Bimanyamana. You must believe, surely she must have earned herself another trophy in this tournament.
Yes, definitely. It's been a clinical performance by Rwanda right throughout this tournament. Rightly deserved. And they are the first BCA Kalahari T20 Women's Tournament. Well done, Rwanda.
Well done, Rwanda. Deserved champions for sure. Not just to Team Rwanda, but the association as a whole back home. The coaching staff that's traveled here, what a top effort it's been to just help these ladies maintain their discipline. Credit to Team Botswana as well. They did fight valiantly. Unfortunately, there can only be one winner at the end of the day. Much deserved. Please stay with us. We will be back with the post-match presentation shortly with Aisha Mutrala.
Where do I start? I'm gonna try. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry I'll be relying on my voice since I don't have a mic rather than this. Let me take this moment to welcome you guys to BCA Kalahari Women's T20 International Tournament closing ceremony. I'm going to start by introducing our guests. Starting from my far left, we have Mr. Johannes Kluit, match ref. Followed by the Botswana Cricket Association Treasurer, Mr. Madu Menon. The CEO of BCA, Mr. Sharif Fazal. And our board members, Mr. Sanjay and Vanesh. Our special guest, Mr. Botswana from Botswana National Olympic Committee. Ms. Unasi Matebu from National Sports Olympic Committee. Ms. Malebo from Africa Safeguard Officer. And Mr. Tutomule Batsu from Botswana National Sports Council Games Manager and his management team. At this moment, I'm going to give my co-host Aisha to take over for the play of the match between Botswana and Rwanda. Please come close.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As Ellen already said, I am Aisha Mutala. I'm gonna give you an overview of the outstanding players. We have Diane Mary, 24 runs for 47 balls. And she has 1 wicket and 4 overs and only 13 runs. Round of applause. We have Rosette, 12 for 12. Round of applause. Round of applause. Round of applause. And lastly, we have who's also the player of the match, Bakwa Mapotsane, 65 balls.
At this moment, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to appreciate our match officials for that job well done. I'm going to start with our match ref. Mr. Johan Kluit. Sorry. Followed by our umpires of the tournament, Mr. Justin, Dale,
Thank you very much.
That's why he's umpiring and not playing.
Johannes Mukandi, Mr. Imran, Mr. Logan, And lastly, Regina Nehonde. Following up next is our scorers, Lorraine Nehonde. Vanessa Tari. And Pamela. And lastly, Adam Mustafa. And without forgetting our DLS manager, the man himself, Mr. Vanish. Without taking much of your time, guys, let me welcome you, my co-host Shamila, to take you guys through the presentation of individual awards. Yeah,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and the
Third place gets medals.
I'll handle them. Where is Aisha and Shani?
I didn't.
Which is the third place?
And our third place goes to Mozambique. That is going to be handed over by our treasurer, Mr. Madu Menon.
Captain comes last.
Captain comes last. The whole team comes. Captain comes last. Okay. Where's the money? He's the one who understands better. Line up there.
Shani, we should be doing this, not me. 16. Come, where you going?
No, 6 years. Why was she third place. Yes, third place. And then the certificate. Congratulations, Team Mozambique. I'm loving the spirit already. Next up, I'll be calling on our runners of the tournament, and this award is going to be awarded by Miss Botswana from BNOC. And this award goes to Botswana, Team Botswana. Oh, sorry for that. This award is actually going to be awarded by Mr. Tuto Mulebatsi from Botswana National Sports Council. Captain last. Oh, how did they? Well done, guys.
Next thing, next week.
Some are using it to be done with Kalahari, but I think for you to get your written information, go to this thing. Well done, coach. Well done, manager. My captain. Yeah.
Stand, you're allowed to smile now, okay? Relax. Here's the 1, 2, 3, where's the puller?
Where is the puller? Hey, come on.
Congratulations to Team Botswana once again, ladies and gentlemen. At this moment, I would like to call upon Matthew Botswana from Botswana National Olympic Committee to come and present the Winners Award. And that award goes to Team Rwanda. There's something I don't know.
You're going to keep it forever. The first one.
He said 2025.
Why you sad? Rosine, why you sad? Coach,
Thanks very much for the good work.
Manager, you're killing it, coach. That's why.
No, it's fine. Just do it.
You're just waiting for the celebration. Okay.
I guess I'm done, right? Ellen, am I done?
You want to say something?
I want to go. Thank you so much.
Let's give Rwanda a round of applause, guys. Where's the morale? Morale. Congratulations once again, Team Rwanda. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our ceremony. Before letting you guys off the hook, let me take this moment to thank BCA Chairman, board member, sponsors, organizing team, participating teams, most importantly, our ground staff, commentators, and those who volunteered to make this tournament possible. This brings us to the end of the ceremony. You may enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.